disconnected. I got disconnected, so it probably went to an ad. Can you see me though now? Can you guys see me? Am I back? Y'all probably got an ad because I got disconnected. I don't know why. Oh no, am I disconnected? Oh no! I don't know why. The internet didn't even go out. It was so suspicious. Everyone can see me? Yeah, I got disconnected briefly. That might be why you saw an ad. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm still trying to think of an embarrassing story. I literally turned to think of an embarrassing story and then it came up and said, OBS disconnected. I was opening paint. We gotta open paint. Okay, I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad I'm back. What's the embarrassing story I thought of the other day, chat? I thought of one that was so embarrassing. Ellie! Let me see if Ellie remembers. Where did I write it down too, chat? Y'all know I took a minute to write them down. I'm trying to see. Do you remember that embarrassing story I was telling you about the other day that I said I should tell stream? Do you remember? Max, he just stole something on my desk. Do you remember, guys? They're waiting and I can't remember.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. What's that?
That was the one where I was writing it down, but I've told you guys, okay, so I've told you guys the fire pole story. I've told you guys the hula hoop story. I've told you guys, it ended again? You guys can't see me again? I can't think of one. It's okay now? Okay. Maybe it just had to restart. It was a school thing. Oh, she's right.
Was it?
Which school thing? Was it the one when I hurt the guy's leg and his girlfriend hated me? Or the one... Or was it the one where I hurt my ankle? Or is it the one where... With the grade... When I was in grade 12?
I don't know.
Or the one where I hurt my hand. There's a lot of school ones, chat.
They're mostly injuries.
They're injuries.
I don't remember, honestly. I just remember us telling you something cringe.
Yeah, you were telling me something cringe, and then I came up with something, and I was keeping it in my mind, and now I can't remember. Okay, okay, chat. We're gonna tell the one where I hurt the kid's leg, because that's really, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Okay. Here we go. Let me switch it. Also, if you like this music, please check it out at gamechops.com. Exclamation Game Chops in chat will lead you to their website. This is by, I think it's Halent? That's who made it with them. Giving them attribution. Check them out. Okay, I got it. Here we go. Here we go, chat. So we're gonna turn the music off because you gotta hear this story, and thankfully this VOD hopefully will be fine so that we can keep it. So chat, let me know if you can see me. Let me know if it's good. I'm gonna switch this so you can see my screen. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, I feel like now there's a delay. Is there a hella delay now? Oh, it's not that bad actually. Okay, so this is embarrassing. Okay, so how am I going to tell this story? Okay, let me get it. Okay, so this is me, right? And I'm very short, right? I'm not very short, okay? But in high school, I was like 5'3", 5'4", because I was still growing. And now, well, I was like 5'2", 5'3". Now I'm 5'4", that's pretty average, okay? Pretty average for a Canadian female woman. So I'm pretty average height, but this is me. I'm not super tall. Everyone in my gym class was much bigger than me, and I loved gym class, so I would be this little one running around because everyone was so tall at my school. Like all the girls were tall. I was pretty short at my school, considered pretty short. And even though that's the average height, not very short indeed. Max, you 6'2" giant, stop talking in my chat. So he's tall, chat. Like I just didn't get the good genes. I told you, Ellie and him are tall. I got nothing. I lucked out. I lucked out in every way. So this is me. And in gym class, short chat, I'm a short potato. What do you want from me? So in gym class, I would run at max speed, right? I was, popping off. This is me running in gym. No, I'm not farting. This is me running in gym. Just joke. I know y'all joking. This is me running in gym. I gave gym my all every single time. It was gym class. I just, if I had anything going on at home, gym was like the way to get it out, I guess. And so I would just go as hard as I could at gym. I love working out. I loved working out. So there was this game we played, and in my school, this game was called Octopus. And Octopus was pretty much like, this is the gym. It's a wonky gym. It was like the school had a big gym. They were hella into sports. So they had like, I think it was 3 gyms. It was really whack. And they would have dividers go down. But when everyone in the beginning of the class would start working out together, like we would all do warm up together basically. And then everyone would split off into their classes. So you'd have like 4 or 5 classes like popping off in there. We would all be in the different gyms, and then there would be a workout room over here. It was a really crazy high school. I don't even know how I ended up going there, honestly. I don't even know how I ended up at this high school. So they had the 3 gyms, and what they would do when we played Octopus, which everyone would be like, let us play Octopus, let us play, and they're like, all right, kids, we're gonna play Octopus. And it was like as if it was like the Olympics all of a sudden. Like suddenly everyone took gym seriously. It wasn't just me taking gym seriously. Everyone was like in the zone, and you played guys and girls. Like everyone played together. Like every single person in the gym, and it didn't matter on like how they're usually divided, like women's whatever, men's whatever. I don't know. It wasn't divided. Everybody played. And so I was scared because big grade 12 dudes, huge dudes, are playing against little old me. And the way it worked is that there would be, let's make the octopus red. There would be like they would choose the fastest students from each class there to be the chasers. And then, or they're the octopus. I don't know if that's why it was called Octopus, but they would be the chasers. And then everybody else, all those slow suckers, would all be standing on this side of the gym. And the goal is to get to this side without getting touched by one of these people who are hella fast hunting you down. So an entire wall of students just run into these people, and they're supposed to touch you. And if they touch you, you're tagged, and you have to immediately sit down, like wherever they touched you on the floor. So eventually the floor starts to look kind of wild. Okay. Eventually you have all these people sitting in these areas all over the gym, right? And they're supposed to help tag you. So if you get caught and you sit, you have to like basically touch other people that are running, and people start jumping over kids. Like, chat, it got flipping. I don't know how they were allowed to play this. Like, it got crazy. Okay, kids took this game so seriously. A kid wall run. I'm not even joking, chat. A kid ran across the wall on the side of the gym once to get away from someone because people were on the ground, and he jumped over them. I'm telling you, when it was Octopus, it's like it was the Hunger Games. I felt like it was the Hunger Games. Hunger Games was so popular when I was in high school, and I was like, all right, Katniss, let's do it. And this is me, but like at gym, like taking it so seriously. Chat, when I was at my fittest, I straight up did a run into a roll and jumped over a kid who was sitting here. I jumped over and then kept running like an absolute psychopath. And people were like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. Chat, it felt like, I don't even know what it was, but it was the most fun, craziest thing ever. And so you would be jumping over people, and you basically just keep running back and forth until it's the last person standing, and they win. And I've won Octopus 4 times, chat. I'm an asthmatic who won Octopus. Can we just round of applause for that? A hella asthmatic. I had a puffer that as soon as it was done, I almost fainted every time. I never played Octopus when I was there. You didn't? That sucks, Max. You were cheated. Because Octopus was insane. Kids started getting injured. And that's where we're going to get to the part of the story. As fun as Octopus is, chat, can you imagine putting a bunch of hormone up, like freaked out teenagers that have been cooped up all day into playing that game? Only 4. But Max, that's 4 out of like 150 kids who would play at once. And people are targeting me. The only way you win is if you go like back and forth a couple times and the fastest people cannot catch you. That was the time, one of the times when I did a tuck and roll and kept running. I played tons of Octopus in recess. Yeah, but this is different. This is with big high school kids, okay? This is hella different. And at gym at the other one. Okay, well, okay, Max, you played. But this is my story. Shh, it's my time to shine, okay? So speaking of injuries, chat, people got injured because look, when people started to do some sus stuff, like when they were the ones sitting, they would be so mad, they would grab, chat, you're only supposed to tap them. They would grab the ankles of kids running by. So you would, so there'd be a kid sitting here, legs crossed, and they would reach out with their hand and grab someone who's running. And this person would end up like eating the floor. It was super bad. It was super bad. And those people, they'd be like, teacher, but the teachers would just talk to each other and wait to see all the chaos. Like they liked watching. They would just sit there and watch. No matter what happened, they never intervened. They were just like, keep going. And they would laugh and watch people. It was insanity. So the fact I won this 4 times is an achievement, especially considering I was hella asthmatic. Okay. They would let kids take, okay, they never let kids take their shoes off because that would be crazy. You would probably slip and fall. She's bragging. I am, bruh. I have to brag. I don't have anything else. All right. So speaking of injury, one time, so that's how the game works. And that's how kids played. It was insane. One time we're playing and let's just make this the gyms, right? So this is the wall. You have to get to the end and this is the other wall. Obviously it's hella bigger because these are 3 gyms. And there was a wall on one side with, this is where the storage closets were, right? There's doors. One door was to get out, is like this really big door. There was obviously exits, so it's fire safe. And then there were like storage things with like hockey equipment. It smelled like absolute feet butt in there. It smelled nasty. And that's where all the like hockey stuff, like there was all this equipment in there. We know you're better than us. That the wall is pretty straight, chat. Okay, that's a straight wall. Okay, that's how, you know, I'm left-handed. I'm drawing with my right hand on paint. Give me a break. So this is how it was. And I was, you know, everyone's bigger than me, right? This one time, you know, for as an example of how close you ended up getting to the other kids, chat, because everyone's running back and forth. The top goes down. Yeah, I'm not good at drawing. This is me. And one time, you know, little freshman me, you know, was, that's how my body looked. I'm running and this really big, attractive dude was like standing there and I ran into him. So this has happened multiple times where I've run into people by accident. Either they were going the wrong way or they turned and then I just ended up smacking into them. And I'm a pretty solid person. Like people say for like, I don't know, a female or whatever, I'm pretty solid. And like, if people bang against me, you're the one that's probably going to fall, even though I'm small. Like I'm going to just be standing. I don't get knocked over in that way. I do fall over a lot because I'm clumsy, but if it's in a sport and someone knocks me, I'm usually not going to fly around. Yeah, Max is also. A lot of our family on one side is just really solidly built people. I don't understand. It's a gene thing. Yeah. And so people, as a kid, even as a kid, if kids banged into me, they got really hurt and I was always just standing there fine, even though I'm small. So this guy banged into me once and I actually knocked him down, right? Because I guess I was so heavy. He was a huge guy. And then I fell on him once and it was awkward because I was directly on top of this random guy and my hands were on his abs and it was awkward. This is weird, awkward stuff that would happen during the game. You would get so close. Sometimes people's junk got grabbed and when people would reach up if they jumped over by accident. This was a game kids should not. Did I love it? I blushed so badly and then he realized I was blushing and smiled and I barely could focus on the rest of the game because I was embarrassed. It was so awkward, chat. But that's not the worst part. So I'm just giving you an example of I knocked over a huge guy and fell straight on top of him. And it was, you know, very awkward. This case I'm going to tell you about, this kid was younger than me, but was a little bit bigger than me at the time. And I don't know what this fool was doing, chat. Every single human was running this way. Every human was running this way. The seeker is all the way over here, right? And I'm by the door here. I'm running full force. I'm looking around to see where they're coming because you just see people falling down. I'm running the wrong way. What the heck? You just see people falling down, right? So I'm like going as fast as I can. This is me running. She loved falling on him. Dude, I fell on that guy. It was uncomfortable. I don't even know who that guy was. And it was like, I guess he was a like senior. It was like when I was in grade 9 that happened. What I'm telling you about happened the year later. But I was just trying to tell you that so you know like how uncomfortably close you can end up with people from falling on them or banging into them and stuff like that. And people's junk were getting grabbed, people's butts were getting pinched from people reaching. It was like just, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised Max says they did not play this game a lot in his gym class after. I'm just not surprised. So I'm running this way with every other human being playing this game. Everyone's running this way, you know, these are the people that, you know, they all looked crazy. Everyone's running this way. This kid, the seeker was running this way, chat. He was reaching for someone else, and this kid turns around and full force runs at me like a psycho. And it was really, it was a lot because this kid, honestly, chat, this kid reminds me of the way Logan Paul looks, but like a child, you know, like a kid. And this guy full forced ran into me. But the thing is, your girl's solid. Man must have been paper because this guy hit me, whipped and hit into the door. Like he slammed off of me like I don't even know, like I was a diving board. He like banked into me, smacked into the door, whipping off of me, and I just stood still because I was like, oh my gosh, this guy just ran into me. And I'm just standing there and he hits the door and then he falls on the ground and he starts screaming. So the whole gym is now looking at me thinking I did something to this guy. And I was just standing there because I was so confused at what was going on. He's standing here, he's crying and saying his knee hurts. He's grabbing his knee, he's grabbing his leg, he's saying it hurts so bad, and he's screaming. And I have no idea what just happened because I'm just standing there like, and I'm looking at teachers like I'm confused. I have no idea what's going on. The teachers come over, everyone kind of stops, the whole gym stops the game, which is crazy because there's so many people and people are all watching me and I'm having so much anxiety because I'm like, I'm about to get in trouble for this kid and I don't even know what happened. He ran, and I remember repeating, he ran into me, and I didn't do anything. And I was so embarrassed. And so he's on the ground, you know, they check him out. He ends up going to the hospital, chat. My knee hurts, get over it, Logan. But the thing that's crazy, chat, is this man bounced off of me he hit the door and then fell on the ground. And I remember being like, this kid's gonna die. Like, is he okay? And he ended up going to the hospital and I don't know what happened, but his knee was messed up for the rest of high school. And chat, I feel bad because I mean, I didn't do anything. He banged into me and I just stood there and he bounces off the door and bounces on the ground like a, you know, and he apparently told a whole bunch of people in the school that I hurt his leg. Like I did it on purpose. And I kept telling the teachers I didn't do anything. And thankfully my teacher was watching. I would have laughed. I mean, I laughed at first when he fell because it looked comical. Like I was like, oh. And then I realized he was in a lot of pain. And then I realized they were going to think I beat up this kid or something. I like, and I was worried no one saw it because there were so many kids running, like so many kids. How could they see it? Thankfully, my teacher said she saw me and said he banged into her and hit the door. He sounds like a moldy waffle. He was so mad at me for this kid was younger than me. I was never in any classes, but his girlfriend, Ellie, do you remember this, Ellie? So then a year later, chat, this is a whole year later. I forgot about this kid, right? I feel bad this happened. I forgot about this kid, chat. Don't sparkle is Ellie for anyone new in chat. And so I forget about this kid. I'm playing dodgeball one day, okay? And this girl, okay, she come here and she's like, wait, what the heck did I do to her legs? She comes over to me and she's like, you're so evil. You hurt my boyfriend. You're such a... Because I was playing aggressively, playing dodgeball, and I was only playing aggressively because they thought it was really cool to put up the girls against these huge, like they were in a class where they work out all day, like they were bodybuilding essentially. And that voice, that's how she sounded to me. She sounded annoying. And my class was split with like older girls and younger women, and we were also in weight training, but we had a lot of different people in this class, like different ages. And the men, they were all seniors. They're huge dudes. And they wanted us to play dodgeball with these huge behemoth men. And I'm like, some of these girls are these are kids. Like, I'm like, you can't have us playing with them. So I decided to protect them, and I was pretty good at dodgeball, and so I was last. I always ended up being last in dodgeball because I don't know, I guess they just didn't hit me. I have no idea what that was because I don't think I was that good, but I guess I was because I was last. I ended up being last and knocking the guys out, and we ended up winning because I ended up being able to get 2 more girls back in to help me. It wasn't just me. 2 more girls were able to come back in and help me, and we won. But she got upset because one of the guys got upset that I threw the ball at him. I didn't hit him in the head. I hit him in the chest, and I guess he got upset. And then she was friends with this guy, so she comes up, and the teachers didn't do anything, bruh. And so he comes up. He's big, huge, big man. Comes up, and she comes up, and she's like, "Yeah, she's crazy. She hurt my boyfriend's leg." And I'm wait. Let's be realistic at how short I was compared to these people. I'm standing here like, sir. I don't know you. They had to hit you last because you're solid. You'd break the ball. Guys, I didn't tell you I'm actually a superhero. I'm actually a superhero, and I'm untouchable. I'm actually in space right now streaming because I'm at my headquarters. I didn't tell you all. I actually, I didn't tell you guys. So I'm like, excuse me, I don't know your boyfriend. And then she's like, it's that guy, da da da. And she says it, and I'm like, oh, the guy who's been walking around on crutches. But Chad, it's not my fault. I just stood there. And so I was embarrassed, and everybody in high school thought I was really mean. They thought I was like a very aggressive person, and they were scared of me. I also had resting, like, I hate you face, but that was just my work face. I go and I scrunch like this. Like whenever I'm working, I literally look like this, and I'm like just focused. And so they literally, I bet you did do it. No, I didn't do, bro. Like, what if I did? And I'm telling you guys a fake story. You were intimidating? Yeah, people were really scared. And I found this out because then the next year, so this happened from grade 10 to grade 11, and like grade 12, I was in a, but you're a softie. Yeah, I would not hit people. I would never do that. They could hit me, and maybe I'd push them to get away out of being upset, but I don't think I'd want to be beating them up. I would not do that. But like, in grade 12, then some guys who knew this guy were inside of this co-ed class I took. And I was so embarrassed because people thought I was so mean, and some people didn't talk to me, or they would talk about me behind my back. I didn't really care, but I felt bad because I felt like people thought I was super mean. And I'd never been mean to anybody in the school except that one girl, and I told you about that, and then I'm apologize to her if I ever see that girl again. But like, I was never like bullying people, and I was never doing stuff like that. And so this this guy comes up to me. I nicknamed him Chowder, and he doesn't even know this because he reminds me of the kid from Monster House. He reminded me a lot of that kid. The kid's name in the movie his nickname is Chowder, and this kid reminded me so much of him. So I'll call him Chowder because that's not his name. And I never told him that. No one ever knew that in high school. It's just my family. We all agreed this kid looked like Chowder from Monster House. And so this guy named Chowder knew this guy, and he came up to me in my co-ed class and said, I used to think you were gonna beat me up if I was in this class. And I was like, this guy was like 2 foot taller than me. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. Chad, he comes up to me, and he's like a bit bigger than me. Chowder comes up to me, and he's like, look, just keep in mind, Chad, this is me. Okay, this is me. And he's like, yeah, I thought you were gonna beat me up. He's like, I just thought you were gonna like beat me up so bad. Like when I saw you in this class, I was kind of nervous. He's like, but you're like so nice, and you're like so cool, and like if I get in a fight, I'll probably call you anyway. I was like, what the I've never fought anybody in this school. If there was a fight, chat, I would walk the other way. I didn't want to be involved in anyone's drama or anyone's fighting. I just didn't care. I was like, I don't care about drama. I don't care who's being with who and who's cheating on. I just don't care about anything you're all doing. I'm here to go to school, and I go home and play video games. I don't care. It's like, I just come here. And he's like, yeah, a lot of people think you're like so mean. I was like, what the he's like, but yeah, he's like, you're not. You're actually nice. And so apparently he said the guys in the class were scared of me at first. And I was like, that's so weird, dude. Because the girls in the class were bullying me. So I was like, I don't know how these girls are clearly bullying me and you guys are scared. But I was embarrassed, chat. I was embarrassed that people thought I was mean because this thing happened with the guy. Well, not this guy, but with the guy. And his leg was messed up, chat. He wore a brace. He gave me dirty looks anytime I saw him. And I literally apologized to him the moment it happened. I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. And I was like, you bounced off me and hit the door. He's like, you ran into me. And I was like, you were going the opposite way as everybody else. And you banged into me, hit the gym door, slammed on the ground. And I asked if you were okay. And like, he was just triggered, chat. So that's a long story. I don't know how embarrassing that is. I was just embarrassed that like that whole gym saw that. And I'm pretty sure all those 150 kids thought I was some kind of intense bully or something. I don't even know, chat. It was embarrassing to me. Funny story. It's embarrassing. It's not as funny as the other ones I said, but that one was pretty embarrassing. And the most embarrassing thing out of all that, chat, is when that guy's abs were under my hands and I realized, and I looked him in the eye and smiled, and then he smiled, and then I blushed, and I got up and I was sweaty. I had to run. It's embarrassing, but just for him and his girlfriend. I mean, who even was she? I don't even know her name. I didn't even know her name. She was in my class. She was 2 grades younger than me. And she was just in the class, and she's like, yeah, she's so mean. She like hit my boyfriend. Like, his leg is broken. Like, his leg is literally broken. And I was like, I literally said, I don't even know you and your boyfriend. I literally said, that's so savage. I said, I don't even know you and your boyfriend. And then my friends they were girls, they were on the basketball team. They were in the class too. And they kind of, I wasn't going to do anything, but they actually did stand between me and them. But I literally just said, chat, I guess people thought I was mean. Dang, I guess they thought I was some kind of thug. I never fought people. I didn't care what they were doing, dude. You guys could have murdered. I've been like, okay, I don't care. I don't want to be here. I'm not involved. You know, like I had a couple friends that were like my school friends, and I just went home. I didn't like interact with people. That's messy. That is messy. You need to do more stories. That's why I have a couple, but I have to remember them. I have stories that are embarrassing for me or embarrassing for the other person involved. The knee dude sounds like the type of person cackling. The knee dude sounds like the type of person who would hit you with a car and then get on and be like, ow, my neck. That's exactly what it felt like. This dude got so mad, and I literally said I didn't even hit you. But like when she's like, you hurt my boyfriend, I'm like, I don't even know you and your boyfriend. I think I said, who's your boyfriend? Because I had no idea who this was. And that made her really upset. Maybe they came between me and her because she stepped forward. I wasn't gonna do anything. If she hit me, I would have let her hit me, and I would have just turned to the teacher and been like, this hoe hit me. Like, deal with it. You're the teacher. I would have let her hit me. In high school, I would have let her hit me, chat. I would not have. I've been like, go and do it. You're in the middle of class, you idiot. Hit me right now in front of this teacher. Hit me in front of this teacher right now. My high school was whack, chat. They would like coordinate fights like it was Fight Club. Only they didn't get the first rule because they told everybody about Fight Club. Like, they told everybody who they're fighting, where they're fighting, what time they're fighting. They would go fight in the stores like that were down the street, and then those stores would call the police, and then the police would come to the school. Like, it got so whack. I was like, y'all are so wild that I'm just trying to live and be a kid, dude. She would hit you and then be like, you hurt my hand. She would. Her boyfriend walks around in the cast, and she walks around he's in a knee cast, she's in hand cast, and they're just looking at me, and I've done nothing to them. They just bounced off me because I'm just so strong. I'm just joking, chat. No, I am built solid though. I'm usually, people always considered me too strong for like, they would say for being a girl, but what does that even mean? But they would say I'm considered super strong and I can lift really big, heavy stuff. Now, not as much. I think if I worked out again, for sure, I would get back to being there. But I've always just naturally been very like, just grounded, and like, unless I fall myself over. But when I fall over, chat, it sounds like an earthquake. It's not just because I'm thick, you know? They say I have thick bones. That's what they claim. That's not true, but you know, being very, very big. Lots of sports people in my family too, on my dad's side. But yeah, it's crazy, man. That's a crazy story. That's embarrassing. That was embarrassing for me because people thought I was some kind of evil kid, dude. not like evil, but like people were scared of me. Maybe that's why I had some people step up to me, but they were always in older grades. People in my grade did not bully me. They did not bully me. One girl that bullied me, I stood up to her in class and the teacher didn't even do anything because she knew I was right. And the girl was rude. She called me a thing. It was so disrespectful, chat. It was a funny story. I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm glad you guys liked it. Dude, one time in drama, this girl was, I think she had bad home life. Like as an adult looking back, I think her home life was really weird. I think her stepdad was being really bad to her from what I heard, and now being an adult being like, oh, you know what? That's probably like what was going on. So she was always like hopping friends' houses and stuff. Like there was a lot of kids like that in my school. Like they had bad home lives and they were hopping like to friends' houses and sleeping in like friends' cars and when their parents didn't know. It was crazy. And so like as an adult, I'm like, that we needed better guidance counseling or something. Like something needed to happen to help those kids, but they didn't get help. They just kind of spiraled. Unfortunately, by the time they were in grade 12, a lot of them were just out of control in their lives. Like I'm worried about them. I'm like, where are they? Are they even going to be at that reunion? Like I don't know if they're alive. I'm so worried about it. A lot of them would like go to jail. It was crazy for how nice the school was. Those kids, like it was so sad. Like they had so much stuff they were going through, but they weren't getting helped. I hate being an adult looking back on it. I literally was crying to my sister the other day. I was crying because I was remembering certain kids' situations in my class that I knew about. And at the time I was a kid and obviously didn't know how to deal with those things or understand how the severity of some of the things they were going through. And then I was telling Ellie the other day about I wish I could have done something more, and I was crying. I was like, see chat, they think I'm a bully. I'm crying for them 10 years later, or what is it? It's 5 years later, 6 years later, I'm crying for them. How can I be a bully? I'm a bleeding heart. I'm a bleeding heart, chat. I'm crying for these kids years later. I'm crying for them because I'm so sad. It's so crazy that they thought I never fought anybody. It took you 5 years. It took me 5 years. Oh my gosh, chat. But yeah, this girl was mean. She was in my gym class and in my drama class. I think it was like grade 11 or 10, and she got hard blood on me. She's a bully. Can you imagine? Yeah, she was in those classes, and she, like in drama, we used to do this question of the day, which it was like unnecessary by the time we were older, but it was supposed to bond us as a group and like as a drama group and a theater group or whatever. And so we would like do these chats with like each other. Like sometimes they were hella deep questions, like who's the person in your life you can't forgive? Like who's asking kids this? And then the other, sometimes they'd be like, what's your favorite color? Like they'd be Disney Channel questions. Like we went from HBO to Disney Channel in 2 seconds sometimes. It was crazy. And so one day we asked some question where people just kept going on and answering the question because they were trying to delay doing work. My dad, purple. My mom, purple and green. If I were to answer today. As an adult, you would just snap and ask, but kids, chat, when they asked that question, kids were crying. Kids were crying in the classroom. Question of the day took 45 minutes to calm people down. I was crying when I answered it, chat. I was bawling my eyes out. It was horrible. Like, I'm like, what is this? I can't forgive her. She used to bully me. Screenshot it. Get me canceled. I love purple and green, but I was too lazy. Oh my gosh, chat. It's so... Okay. Y'all gonna get me canceled out here. Oh my gosh, delete the pod. Oh my gosh, not today, chat. I want to put these stories up somehow. I want to remember them. I've got to remember where I've told them and try and keep them as much as I can. But oh, what was I saying? So, yeah, so this girl, so they were delaying the question. I was frustrated because I just wanted to work on our performances. We had monologues. Monologues are like, I'm sure y'all know, but if you don't know, it's like that part in a movie where someone's saying almost like a speech, or they're talking to themselves for a long time by themselves. It's called a monologue, either introspectively, like in what they're thinking, or they're saying it out loud, expressing how they're feeling or explaining a story. And so I really liked monologues. It was stressful. Remembering an entire script was really stressful, but it was fun. I was very good at drama, chat. I did like almost 100% in drama every year. It was amazing. I loved it. And I was gonna do stage acting actually too. There's a lot of different, I went from construction to auto mechanic to working with children in some way to becoming an actress. to becoming movie director or writer to back to an actress, and then I ended up doing and then voice acting, and then I went to stage actress, and then I went back to all the things like through the years I kept saying I was gonna do, and then I ended up doing you know, some YouTube and stuff, and I ended up getting a severe concussion. I didn't do anything. But I'm glad the classes I took actually helped me do YouTube and stuff. So I kind of did stuff I wanted to do. If you think about it, I kind of did a bit of everything. Except auto, because I don't know how to fix a car. So that's the only thing. But yeah, it was crazy. They delayed the question, and she literally turned to me, chat, because I got so fed up. I said, can we just continue the question because like we have work to do? And chat, she literally turned to me and said, oh, look, that thing speaks, or it speaks, like directed at me. And chat, I have never been so close to snapping. Like, and when I say snapping, my version of snapping to a person would be like yelling at them of anything. I would never have got up to hit her, but I think I turned to her, and I think my face is I think maybe that also leaned into why people think I was like me, like scary. But I just turned to her and I said, that is so disrespectful. And I was like this, I have to over exaggerate my expression. I was like, that is so disrespectful. And I was like, I am not a thing, I am a person. And I was like, we are wasting time here. And I literally, in that tone, chat, and I was just like telling her, and my friend was my friend, chat. So then my teacher was like, all right, y'all, question of the day is over. Like Tatiana snapped. Like she didn't say it like that, but she was like, okay, we're done for the day, just continue. I got up so mad, and this girl had nothing back to say to me because I was right, and I called her out, and no one ever called her out. Even her friends, she'd bully them and they wouldn't say anything. And chat, they used to talk about her before she came to class, like, oh, I hope she doesn't come to class today. Like, it was so horrible. This poor girl, like, that's so sad. And so I spoke my piece. I was like, sit back down, like, you're not gonna talk to me that way, essentially. I didn't actually say that, but essentially. And then I'm going to get my stuff, and my friend literally turns to me and she's like, are you okay? Like, are you gonna go fight her? And I was like, what? I was like, no, I already said what I wanted to say. And I was calmer at this point, and I was getting my stuff to work. And she's like, oh, like, I thought you were gonna fight her. I was like, girl, you've never seen me fight anybody. This girl knew me from grade 9. I was like, have you ever seen me fight someone? I was just frustrated. She's like, that wasn't you being like you're like at the top being angry. And I was like, no, I'm just frustrated. And she was disrespectful. And she's like, oh. And her face, chat, looked so scared. It looked like I turned into the Hulk. These people acted like look at this green hat. That's as green as I've ever gotten out here. Like, I don't know, man. That was so whack. That was so whack. But like, I think it taught me, that's the first time I stood up for myself when someone was like being really disrespectful to me. And it felt good. At least she never bothered me again after that. She like never talked to me again after that. Ever. I think it was the first time someone told her to like calm down, because I was just like, you need to just relax, and you can't be calling me that. It's disrespectful. I'm only joking. She never bullied me. She's a lovely person. Oh, thank you. That was so sus, man. That whole thing was sus. Oh man, I'm hungry, chat. I think that's it for today. I'm hungry, but we will be live again tomorrow here on Twitch. We do Monday, Tuesday Twitch, Thursday, Friday on YouTube, and then October 3rd will be on YouTube full time. I yelled at some dude because he was being obnoxious, and then he would run away when he saw me. It's really funny how the people who like pick on you are the ones who like are the fastest to run away. They're, you know, usually they're just really insecure. Good old high school stories. Good old high school stories. Nice stream. Thank you so much, Gundam. Thank you so much. I hope everyone had a good time. Thanks for chatting. I love chatting with you guys. Such a chill vibe, just chatting. We played some Animal Crossing and just chilled out. I was feeling not good before the stream, and I feel a lot better. So thank you. Thank all of you for making me feel better and for hanging out and chilling with me. So tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? Let's check the schedule. I don't even know what I scheduled for myself. Oh, tomorrow we're gonna play some Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. There was like a DLC update, and we played that game here on Twitch. So we're gonna check that out. And then Thursday, Friday is going to be Life is Strange. true colors on YouTube. So you can go there, you can even set a reminder so you get a notification when it's like 10 minutes before the stream, and then we'll play that game full on YouTube. I'm so excited because I love all the Life is Strange games. They get me emotional, they get me angry, they get me lit. Y'all are about to see a different Tatiana you ain't never seen before, because this is the first time we'll play a game with all those decisions that I've never played in front of you before. So what time does the YouTube one start? Same time as this one, 3 p.m. Eastern. It will start. You actually, it's cool on YouTube. You can go and set a reminder. Like you can go in there and just click reminder, and then it will automatically remind you through YouTube, which is really cool. So check it out. Oh, I'm trying to type it, exclamation YouTube in chat. I hope you all have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or night. Thank you so much for being here. Let's give quick shout outs to everybody who came by today. We have Guntham20, thank you so much for the follow. Naya for the raid of 10. And for anyone who stayed for the raid, thank you so much. Veal Vibing, thank you so much for giving me that follow. Thank you everybody. I hope to see a lot of y'all on YouTube, and if you can't make it, no worries. The VOD will still be there. I set the reminder, then I remembered that I logged out. No worries, no worries. Good night, Gundam. Remember to stay safe, hug your loved ones. I'll see you all tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Bye.